Hello everybody, my name is Ungar, and welcome back to Empires of the Undergrowth. Today we're not actually going to be playing anything, necessarily, but instead I'm going to be telling you guys a story. But what we will be doing is, I'll just be building up our Formicarium with all the resources we've collected while we talk. So, what am I going to be talking about today? So, at my school, I take Latin as my language, and it's pretty different from all the other subjects. It's an experience, which is what I'm going to be sharing with all of you today. So, we're going to be breaking it into parts. There are 12 sort of sections in the Latin book that we have. So I'm going to be doing a section on each, and I'm going to be choosing one or two stories from the book, along with some funny words and just funny parts that were pretty cool from the book, just to share with you, because it's quite odd. It's from what I know, the other languages, Spanish and French, are not doing anything like what we're doing. So, what are we doing? Latin. We're learning about the Latin language, and yeah, so I guess we should just dive right into it. Sorry if you hear like shuffling in the background. That's me folding through the book to find some of the good parts. So I guess to give an introduction, we should start with the first part is the family. So our main characters are Caecilius, Metella, Quintus, Lucia, Clemens, Grumio, and Cerberus. Now, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of each of them. Caecilius is our main character, and he's the father of the family. He is a banker, and he owns a farm, and he does a lot of stuff. He's a very epic guy. Number 2 is Metella. She is the mother, and yeah, that's basically her role throughout the whole book, is to be a mother, because this is all the way back in Rome. This book is in Rome, so that's really all she did. Number 2 is Quintus. Quintus is Caecilius' son, and he's just like a side Caecilius. He just sort of does some stuff. We'll get to him later in the book, but there's nothing really to say about Quintus for this first part. Lucia is Caecilius' daughter. She doesn't really do much except for make Quintus angry throughout the whole book, from what I remember. While I'm going through and searching for some stuff for you guys, I might find something, but there isn't really much. Number 4, no, this is 5, because I forgot Caecilius existed, is Clemens. Clemens is Caecilius' slave. He does work around the house and stuff, and yeah, that's what he does. Grumio is the funniest character and the best character. He is the slave/cook. Our first story from the section 1 thing that we're going to be doing today involves Grumio. And our final one, Cerberus, which is the dog. He's just a dog. So yeah, I guess we should get into the story. So, our story is titled Cerberus. Yeah, it's about the dog. I told you it'd be about the dog. So, what is Cerberus doing in this story? Well, it starts off with Caecilius is in the garden. Caecilius is sitting in the garden. Lucia is also in the garden. Lucia is reading in the garden. And the slaves are in the reception hall, and the slaves are working in the reception hall. And Metella is also in the reception hall. Metella is sitting in the reception hall. Quintus is in the study. Quintus is writing in the study. Cerberus is in the street. So that's the first half of the story. Nothing really interesting. It's just telling us where they are, what they're doing, which is basically absolutely nothing. So, you might be asking, then why are you telling us this story? You said you'd be choosing one or two of the most interesting stories. Well, the second part of this story is quite interesting. The cook is in the kitchen. The cook is sleeping in the kitchen. Now, can you imagine what the dog might be doing if the cook is just sleeping in the kitchen and the cook's doing what? Cooking. If the cook ain't guarding his food, then yeah, the dog is gonna come and eat it. So, what happens next is Kerberos enters. Kerberos looks around. Food is on the table. The dog jumps onto the table and stands on the table. Grumio wakes up. The dog barks. Grumio gets up again. I guess the first get up meant like wakes up, and the second one's like actually stand up, but they're the same word. Let's see what happens next. The cook is angry. Pest. Word that our teacher has not told us the real meaning of, but is right now scoundrel, because we're in 7th grade, so I'm gonna bet it means some very bad swear. Now, the cook shouts that, and Kerberos exits. That was the best story. Just a cook screaming at the dog. Because this is stage 1. We have like 5-10 words, so we can't really make anything interesting. But yeah, that's just a introduction sort of rundown. I'm going to record the second one directly after this and record as many as I can directly after this, because we're at the end of the book. We just finished the book, so we're going to hand our book back in and trade it in for the next one. So I need to get down all these beautiful stories before they're gone. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. If you did enjoy, please remember to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, comment something about Kerberos being a very epic dog, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!